the buzzword of the diseases is the YR-15. What is YR-15, and
What?
why are we worried about it?
Well, it's a major yellow rust resistance gene that's it's been very effective. So if you had the gene, you'd be resistant to yellow rust, both in the seedling stage and then in adult plant resistance kicks in roughly kind of like stem extension time. So if you had YR-15, you'd be pretty well covered against yellow rust. But the pathogens are out there. They're multiplying away, and every time they multiply, they're, copying their DNA and rewriting it, or copying it out, and then they'll make errors just as we do, and you get mutations. So then eventually one of these mutations will mean that the resistance will be overcome. Basically, the plant won't detect the pathogen and deploy its resistances, and then it will start to spread. And then you'd see very, very healthy yellow rust on the plant. But we've had our strategy in my breeding program for quite a number of years now, where we don't use one resistance on its own. That leads to a boom bust cycle. It's happened many times before. So we've got lots of tools in our arsenal where we can stack multiple resistances. Currently in my breeding program in our pathology nursery, we've got over 140 unique yellow rust combinations, from 2 or 3 genes up to 6 or 7 genes. And so we monitor them every year. So and it will happen, race changes occur. The big exciting one I think made like the front news of the broadsheets a number of years ago was the warrior incursion. So we became a lot more proactive in how we were monitoring these potential changes, and then using that information to design our crosses. So we'll only make the crosses where we know we're going to get a number of specific gene combinations together. And then we know we've got a good base layer of resistances there. And for the program, we're always looking for new resistances, understanding the genetics behind them, mapping them, and then we can start using them with our marker-assisted selection to put these combinations together. But it's not just yellow rust. Septoria is the big yield robber.
Yep.
Less so this year. We've had no rain.
Yeah. No. Well, different years, different problems, isn't it? And nobody can predict what the weather's going to be like. And so next year, touch wood, will be just plain sailing. It'll be a lovely growing year. Bumper
Easy drilling.
crops. That will be the dream.